Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchand from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So, I'm reading to you the book You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor, my mentor, and we are going to continue. I started chapter 8 last week, The Razor's Edge, and now we are going to continue. Okay. So the author says, now you may have grown up with the idea that some people have it and some people don't. Or because some people are much better than others. They enjoy much more of the abundance of life. But I want you to understand right here and now, this idea is absolutely false. For you are every bit as good or as powerful as anyone you see, you know, or even hear about. Isn't that a great idea? Isn't that a great inspiration to know that you are as good as everybody else? And the only person in your way is sometimes you. I was the only one in my way until I started to think differently and say, yeah, why do I consider myself less than others? And especially we grew up with the idea. Like for me, not so much, but I've seen so many people grow up with the idea that because they're girls, they're inferior to boys, you know? And that can hold people back like anything, because we have grown up with the idea that it's the husband that provides for the wife, it's the son that provides for the mother. So mothers and wives and girls, how in a way it was a good thing that we today I don't feel the pressure that I have to earn money because my husband does it for me. But at the same time, when I launched my own business, it was so difficult for me to accept the idea that I could earn as much as he's earning. And today's generation, the girls are so different. They've all been highly educated, even better than boys, and yet that image can hold a person back. Does it make sense, right? And that's why we are seeing so much relationship issues in the world today because women have not been given that kind of value. They don't see their own value many a times. Okay, for you are as yes. Remember, since the difference between them and you is only in the area of accomplishments, and since there is something you can do that will vastly improve the results you are achieving presently, you have the potential to become even more successful than they are. You know, when I was reading this in Creole earlier, I remembered a story my mentor said, Bob Proctor. He was somebody who was a fireman. He had only 2 months of high school. And when he wanted to, he changed his results like night and day. He became a multimillionaire just by reading the book Think and Grow Rich and doing whatever the book said because he was really in debt at that time financially and he wanted to increase his income. So no matter how hard he was working, it was not happening, right? So what he did, he invested in a mentor, and that mentor was Earl Nightingale. So he used to watch Earl perform on stage, and he would always say like, "Wow, Earl can do this. He has such a great voice. I wish I could do that." And at that time, he was studying Earl's material, like the audios and stuff like that. And in one of the audios, Earl himself was saying, and now we come to a rather strange fact. We think that others can do it, and we don't think we can do it. We can also do as others. Why do we believe that we cannot? So the day Bob heard that, he immediately he understood that he had the same potential. At that moment, he started engaging in speaking. So you see, this is called faith based on understanding. There are many times we cannot do something until and unless we don't understand why we need to do it. I'm very much like that. If somebody tells me to do something, but I don't see the why, like the reason behind it, it's very difficult for me to take action on that. But the moment I understand it, The action just becomes flawless, right? Okay, since the difference between them and you is only in the area, okay, this I read. There is something you can do that will vastly improve the results you are achieving presently. You have the potential to become even more successful. And Bob Proctor actually became even more successful than probably Earl Nightingale. Like Napoleon Hill became more successful than Andrew Carnegie, right? So he says here, you may already know how to do what others are doing. If you don't, you can learn. And since your potential power is unlimited, you can do even greater things than they are now doing. You know, this is what I really liked about the whole lineage coming from Andrew Carnegie is because they are sincere teachers. A teacher always wants its students to become greater than the teacher himself. That is a real guru for me. You inspire someone to become bigger than you because the new generation has come to do something better. Otherwise, where is progress? Isn't it? Hmm. The something that you must do, let me just get this paragraph going. The something that you must do to become more successful may not be what you think it is, but whatever it may be, rest assured you are quite capable of doing it. Always bear in mind, however, that because each person's world is just a little bit different, the something which you must do is not necessarily the same thing the person you live with must do. Nevertheless, there is no question that you will eventually find out what is it that you must do. So make up your mind immediately when you do figure out what that razor's edge is for you, you will do it. You know, there is this something that everyone feels from their heart like, I want to do that. You know, I really want to do that. And what stops them is just that they don't believe in themselves. If they don't believe that they have the power to do it just like everybody else has the power, or their mentor has the power, and they have that same power. They just need to learn how to do it. That's all they need to do. But until and when you make that decision to learn and put it into action, you will see your results change like night and day. When I was following Bob, when my mentor, who was a consultant of Bob, told me, oh, you can coach, so start coaching. I'm like, no, I cannot. He said, why? What makes you think you cannot? You see? And he was telling me, leave your business, start coaching. I said, how can I even do that? You see, these ideas were going on in my mind. They were not true. But I was the one giving power to fear in me that I cannot do something. So there. I wish you a great day ahead. I'll see you next week. So until then, bye bye.